Jewel and Arit here.
Hello.
And this is the Essetino Weekly Mastermind, episode number 4.
Yes, welcome everybody. We do these live streams every single week, every Thursday at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. EST, because we want to show up for you guys. We really want to create a resource for creative entrepreneurs in a community where we can all hang out with each other, with like-minded creative entrepreneurs, learn from each other, and also get inspired to take action. So that is our intention with creating these masterminds. We're currently live streaming on our channel, on our YouTube channel, Essetino Artists, as well as our as on Facebook as well, which is what Jewel's doing.
She's sharing on the Facebook
now.
Group as well.
Yeah. And yeah, we're just going to wait for some people to pop in. We're going to say hello. Let us know where you're watching from and how was your week.
It's been a busy week.
It has been a busy week. Yeah, we got a lot up to different things that we're going to share with you, and we have some announcements as well. So hello, Jojo. I see Jojo's in the house.
We've got Jojo. Hey, Jojo. And we've got Lenny. Hello, artists. I notice you always say that now. You say hello, artists, which that's really cool.
Yeah, I love it. We want these sessions to, to just be something that you can always come to and
learn from.
Yeah, and expect to get some sort of value out of that, whether that's learning something new or motivation or inspiration. So it's really lovely to have you guys here tuning in.
We've got here Teddy. Hey, girls. Nice to see you watching from the moon.
Nice. How's the weather over there? Hello, Linda.
Probably cold, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Hey, Linda, how's it going? I watched the first 5 minutes of the video that you had sent for the final look through of the journal that you made for me.
It's looking so cool, Linda.
For those of you guys who don't know, Linda, I got her to make me a custom journal, and I kind of gave her some key things that I wanted in it, but for the most part, it was like I give you creative control, Linda, and because I've seen your previous work and I trusted what you would do with it, and I've always liked journals, and so far I've seen just like the beginning part, and oh my gosh, like I'm so excited to receive this journal. I keep sharing pictures with Arit.
Yeah, I was asking her, are you even going to write in it? Because it looks so beautiful and so perfect. Linda is such a talented craftswoman. She creates journals. She does these eco dye print things. Like she really creates amazing things.
It was totally handcrafted from scratch. And it's a pretty monster of a journal. And I'm really excited to take a look at it. I was thinking like, what am I gonna do with it? And I have some ideas, but I will confirm them when I receive it. And then the connection, I need to connect the thought with the journal. So I want to receive it and I'll be excited for it.
Yeah, but it's looking amazing, Linda.
We've got Roland in the house.
Hello,
hey, Roland. I see you doing all your projects outside, and that's really cool. We've been actually getting outside more. Every day I've been going outside, which was like the complete opposite in the whole March and May era of things. I was like not going out at all, but now I make sure that I do like a daily thing of going out, and we'll go into a little bit more detail about that.
Yeah, so let us know, guys, how has your week been? What is something great that's happened to you this past week? For me, this past week was a lot about connecting with people. So in the very beginning of the week, we had a meeting with the host of the Artipreneur Summit. So some of you might remember that
Eris.
we were part of an Artipreneur Summit, and Eris was the one who put this whole thing on. It was a virtual summit. And so we had a call together earlier this week to talk about how we can, collaborate more, because our visions are so much aligned. She's also in the space of wanting to help more creative entrepreneurs, more artists, and it's just like we're moving in parallel. So we want to find some sort of synergies that we can work together. So we're thinking of actually creating a course together. She has, a ton of strengths in terms of the mindset aspect of getting started and getting clear on your goals. And we have our bit too. So we're talking more about creating a course together for Creative Business Academy. So that was really cool. Also,
sorry, just to quickly
go ahead.
Speak on that. She also believes, because whenever we see a person who not really a hobby, but has interests, and they're sort of on the fence of, oh, can I actually make money with this? Like, you literally can make money with any of your hobby and interests. So we're very much aligned in that way that this is the day and age where you can actually do something with that. And there's so many people that, push that to the back burner. So both of our messages are very much like, follow your creativeness, follow what makes you light, like follow what makes you
light up. Yeah. And the cool thing is that there isn't one way to succeed as a creative entrepreneur. There's so many ways, and the right way is the right way for you. It's and part of knowing what is the right way for me is more self-awareness and understanding what you really love to do, and what is your ideal, what is your ideal day? What is your ideal workspace? What is your ideal social situations, like the people that you're connecting with, and really getting clear on all those things so you can build it and you can create it, because you very much can. So we want to take the doubt and the confusion out of the whole thing of starting your own creative business online and create a really good resource for you guys. So super excited for that. And also had a bunch of other calls in the week, more so to do with the Arit music channel. So connected with a producer from the States. He's been, doing this full-time 6 years creating music. So he was talking more about getting into licensing. So we had a conversation on that, and we might be collaborating there. And also did an interview, my first interview on the Arit music channel. We've done many interviews. Yeah, this is the one on the Arit music channel. She was my first guest on the Arit music channel, and I was so excited to have her. Her name is Corinne Poorman, and she's from Tone Den, which is a platform that helps. There's lots of tools that help music artists in terms of promoting and using ads to, creating ad campaigns, whether it's Instagram story ads or Facebook or Google ads, even, to build an audience around your music. So she provided a ton of value on the Arit music channel for that interview. So lots of cool, it was all about connection and collaborating this past week. It was awesome. I'd love to hear some. Before I say some of my stuff, we'll say hello to some people. Let us know what you guys got up to. Yeah. Teddy said that got my colloidal silver tutorial out this week. Yeah. I saw that, Teddy. Awesome job. And I sent it to my sister because I know that she was waiting for it. And she said she's going to make a point to watch it this weekend. So really great job on getting that out. I know you've been talking about it for a while. Jojo says it looks so beautiful. She's indeed very talented. Well done. Yeah, like I'm blown away. I'll pull up a thing up here in a moment, but just the picture of it, like every page was handcrafted. So it was like, it was crazy to make that from scratch. We've got here Salandel. Hello. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Welcome. And Phil. Hello. How's it going? We've got Phil in the house. It's taking a bit, but your microphone is on the way to you. We did send it out like a little bit back, and I keep checking the tracking and the status, but it's like things are taking a while. But it's on its way to you, Phil. Yeah. Hello, funny finance guy. Yes. Nice to see you again. So some of the things that from last week is we both, with our dads, celebrated the Father's Day. Mm-hmm. And it was like,
your dad likes doing like the whole coffee thing, and like we did a little luncheon, and then my dad, we had like pizza and stuff. So it was like, oh, it's like we both each have two dads.
Yeah. That was fun. That was fun, just spending time with family. And because I had my brother come over and my nephews were there, and yeah, it was fun.
And like I said, I've been I'm maintaining my 10K steps per day. I'm still in that step bet contest thing. Well, it's not really a contest, but it's like it's a challenge. And if you can meet your step goals every day, at the end of 6 weeks, you win your money back, and you win everyone else's money that lost. But you all share it. All the winners share the pot. So I'm still on track for that. And I keep telling myself I'm winning this thing. I'm winning. And I'm always like, it's fun for me. It's been fun, especially with the weather being really nice.
And it's like you said, it's re-energizing you, just like making a point to walk every day to get your steps in.
Yeah. So like you don't realize, or I didn't realize how much I actually sat on my ass until I started this game. I was like, oh yeah, I'm active, I move around, right? I work out 1 time per day. But this app really makes you, and this game really makes me see that I'm doing so much more than I thought I was, and
that you're capable of.
Yeah, I'm constantly moving, and the first week was pretty tough because to go from, not doing your steps to doing all of a sudden like 10,000 steps per day, it's like it was eye-opening for me. And now I'm getting it's the 3rd week now, and I'm getting into the groove of things. And as soon as I wake up, I just start walking and I make sure to get like my first 1,000 in within the first hour of waking up. And I just have these like little goals per day to get a certain amount of steps in. And it's like, I don't feel like so tired anymore. Like I have a lot more energy.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's like you're one-upping yourself every day. You're making a point to grow, and definitely like when you set those goals, you really find out how much you're capable of that you never thought possible. And it's just because it's accountability. It's like
it's totally accountable because
yeah.
I bet, like I'm in 3 games right now. So each game you bet a certain amount of money, and it's usually like $40, and it's $40 US. So I'm in 3 games right now. So it's like 40, 40, 40. And so for me, certain factors like putting that money up on the line, I'm competing in a game format, and the way that they have their app set up, like it tracks your steps and stuff, and it shows you how many you've done for the day, and it will check mark it or give you like a lightning bolt if you surpass in certain things, and you can see other people in the community, in the group. So it's totally gamified, this stepping thing, because if I did not have this, if there was no bet, if there was no app, there was no game, and it was just like in my head, like, oh, let me just get to 10,000 steps per day. Like I've done that before, and it did not work for me. Like I would just drop the ball or be like, oh, I'll do it later. But this, like I've made myself forced, because I'm like, I'm not losing this money. Like I'm winning this thing. So it's a really cool way to get yourself moving. And I've been recommending it to people. Another cool thing is next week? Whatever July 2nd is, Thursday, July 2nd at 6 p.m. PST, I will be interviewing William Hung. I don't know if you guys remember that name.
Do you guys know who William Hung is?
It's very early 2000s, if you guys remember. William Hung was the guy on American Idol, and he auditioned, and he sang the Ricky Martin She Bangs song, and it was a complete bomb. Like he wasn't a good singer. Simon Cowell and Paula Abdul and Randy Jackson totally I mean, I think Paula was nice.
No, the other judges were nice, but Simon was
Simon totally reamed him out. And I think this was in 2003 or something, the third season of American Idol. And yeah, so I'm going to be interviewing him through random occurrences. That's what happens when you have a YouTube channel and you're in the connections, and through random occurrences, we got to connect. We were actually a part of the same Artpreneurs Summit.
Yeah, that's another connection
put on by Eris, and I had seen that he was a speaker, and I did a little bit of research, and that time, like going through that, if you guys remember, like it was like he was totally embarrassed, like on a worldwide scale. And this was before things went viral. There was no internet wasn't really a thing yet. So this was 2003. And so he went viral when viral wasn't a thing. And, there were so many parodies and all this kind of stuff. And it could have gone a really bad path. He could have gone a really bad path. But he is such a positive guy. Like if you watch the interview of not the interview, his audition, when Simon reams him out, he's like, you can't dance, you can't sing, so what do you want me to say? And then William's response was like, well, I did my best and I'm proud of myself. Like to have that, like that is a major strength. If you can be like that, like that will take you far in life. Yeah. So I really wanted to connect with him. I just like messaged him and asked him if he wanted to be interviewed on our channel, and he said yes. So that is scheduled for July 2nd. We're going to dive a little bit deeper and some other things that he did and what he was able to accomplish with what you would call like a completely embarrassing moment.
Yeah, he has such a powerful story, and that's why we wanted to interview him on the channel, because he has such a good story. I mean, can you imagine just being reamed out on national TV and really having a certain mindset about it that didn't take you down a dark path? Like, he's a motivational speaker now. He has such an amazing way of seeing things in a positive light. And it can be so tough to grab onto stuff like that, onto positivity, when you feel like you've failed. Or I mean, maybe he didn't actually feel like he's failed. I
don't think so, because you can see his reaction.
Yeah, he's like, well, yeah, exactly. Like he didn't feel like he failed because he did his best. So it's just so interesting, and we want to tap into that mindset and get him to share his story more with you guys. And we're so excited to have him on as a guest. So that's Thursday, July 2nd. 6 p.m. PST. So it's the same thing. We kind of like to tag on these interviews onto the same time as these weekly masterminds, just so, because we know that you guys have set aside that time, that day to hang out with us. So I think that's going to be a great thing to tune into, and so make sure you don't miss that.
Yeah, we like to intertwine, mostly it's going to be like, us hanging out, but if we can have someone really cool on the show, then we want to share it with you guys. And he has like, his story is amazing, and most people need to hear it, because most people have something very insignificant compared to what happened to him happen, and it ruins their lives, and they kind of dwell on that their entire lives, and they use that as a crutch to hold them back.
Totally. Yeah.
So everybody,
you guys know
American Idol, She Bangs, American Idol.
Yeah.
He has CDs over here in Malaysia. Yeah, I believe he went on tour as well.
Yeah, he did.
And Nicole, it launched him, and he used that as a way to win. Like it's really cool. When he says don't introduce him like that in an interview, he's gonna cry. No, he actually has a very strong mindset, and you could tell right when Simon had said that comment to him, his response was perfect. It was awesome, and that's what we want to share. Like that's what you guys need to have, if you're struggling with that. And that's why, when starting in our entrepreneurial journey back in 2010, the first 5 years was all mindset. The first 5 years was failing over and over again with entrepreneurial stuff, starting this, starting that, trying that out.
Yeah.
Didn't work. But in going through that, I was constantly feeding my mind, whether it be with books, audios, videos. Every day I would watch something. If I would get down on myself and I'm like, why is this taking so long? Why aren't I, here at this certain point? And I would fill my brain with this stuff because, a great indicator of how you are is like what you digest, what you put into your brain, what you watch, and that's what's going to come out. So it was only a matter of time before only that kind of stuff would radiate from us, because I pumped my brain. I had to re-brainwash myself like years. Every day I would find every interview with Tony Robbins, every interview that I could find with Bob Proctor. So many people. I would just, and I remember at the time there was like 2010 to 2015, YouTube wasn't as explosive. So I would watch all of the interviews that there were on Tony Robbins, and I'd have to rewatch them over and over again, or Bob Proctor. Now there's like an explosion and you can't keep up with it. But at the time, like I made sure to digest every single piece of information from a person that I connected with. So that's why we're very find someone that you connect with, and that is saying a message to move you forward, whoever that is. Like I now watch a lot of Gary Vee because I like the aggressiveness in him. It does something to me when I watch it. I don't feel bad when he's saying those things in the video. Like, I feel pumped. And so when I am feeling a little bit down, like, I do go to him.
Yeah, I feel like that's a really good muscle to build, is how to bounce back. How do you bounce back from something when it didn't go your way? And I think staying on top of it with just fueling your mind with positive influences will help, especially in those moments when things don't go your way. With anything, right? Like with William Hung, it was getting in front of a stage and singing in front of millions of people. But it can be something like on a smaller scale for us in our business when we tried something and it doesn't work. How do you bounce back from that and not attach it onto your identity? How do you not attach the idea of failure onto who you are? Because you definitely shouldn't, because that can take you down an entirely different path. It's not about, failing or winning. It's about progress and lessons learned and what can you take out from this. So I'm so excited to hear from him.
Phil says, Gary Vee was asked what makes a good content creator. He replied, a lack of fear. I thought that was a cool answer.
So simple, but so powerful.
He's all about that. He's not all about like, this is the exact thing you need to do to be a content creator. See, the question was how to be a good content creator. And, most people would think like, okay, well, you have to have your ideas all prepped out for a month and all this and that.
Yeah.
But then he's like, he steps back bird's eye all the time. And he's like, lack of fear. And it's like, because, he's interacted with, he probably gets the same messages all the time. Like, why isn't this working out for me? I've been doing it for a year. And he'll say to you, a year is nothing. Like, a year is not nearly enough time, to be honest. Like, if this is truly your dream and your all, then it shouldn't matter if you spent a year on it. Like, you need to spend more, And yeah, like like I said, we've been doing this since 2010. It's 2020. And we've gone through a lot.
A full decade. Yeah, that's a really cool, thanks for sharing that, Phil. That's really, I think that's such a smart answer. I think it really pays off to have a bird's eye view, just like that, just like a top view perspective, and not being in the muck of it all the time. Like when you get so into trying to make something work or learning how to do something and it frustrates you, that just creates a whole bunch of junky feelings, right? And like, you don't want to do it. It doesn't make it fun. It doesn't make it easy, and it creates disappointment. So I think stepping back and just realizing, like, what is the point of this? It's like to share your message, to do what you love, to share more of who you are with other people. And that absolutely takes a lack of fear every single day, with no matter what piece of content you're sharing. So that's really cool.
That's why our messaging is always like, because people are like, well, how do I make this amount of money fast? And, you know, we always take a step back and we say, okay, well, what do you enjoy most? Because that's not going to last, that feeling. And I actually just saw a YouTube video in my feed. It's from this, I forgot he's a review channel, and he's been doing YouTube for like 6 years or something. And he almost has 1 million subscribers. He is at like 943 subscribers. But today, his video was titled, his channel name, which is like something reviews, something this reviews. And it was titled, you know, like, I'm stopping. Like, this is the last video on this channel about him doing reviews. I think he does tech gear reviews, something like that. And he's at 900 something, almost 1 million subscribers. And it was a very short video, 5 minutes long. I clicked on it. I actually don't know who this person is. And they just came into my feed and I watched it. First thing he says is, long story short, he needs to end this review channel because it's no longer bringing him joy. And he said what matters most is the journey and enjoying the process and enjoying the journey.
We hear that story so many times. It's just a repeat story from many different YouTubers who don't know each other from across the world. And it's just,
they all come to the same conclusion.
They do. Yes, absolutely. It's really all about starting something on what is so connected to you, what is so a part of you, what is who you are, because you enjoy it and you love it. Because just chasing after that one thing that is making a lot of other people money might not necessarily work for you to make a lot of money, you know, with that thing if you're not enjoying it. So,
and he even said, he's like, you know, the smart move for him business wise would be to hire more people, get an office space for his company, and just, you know, pump out the review videos, because he's getting sponsored. He's getting a ton of money from his channel. He's a very notable review type channel, and I'm sure that he's making a lot of money. But to him, he's like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I need to be happy. And so he's stepping back. And, you know, what he wants to do instead is he loves the platform Twitch. So Twitch, he would always be editing his videos, and his edits would take 10 plus hours or days because his videos were intense. They were crazy. They had a lot of content in them. And so he would be editing these videos, and he would always have Twitch in the background of his favorite Twitch streamers. If you guys don't know what Twitch is, it's a live streaming platform. It started off as gaming, like you would do live Twitch gaming. And he would always have his favorite Twitch streamers on, and he always enjoyed it, and he always wished that he could do Twitch streaming. But if you have a channel like him, you're probably busy 24/7 trying to think of the next video, you know, trying to get the next product, next sponsor, whatever. And so he is stopping all that. He is not even uploading any more videos to the channel. The channel is done. He said he's closing it. That was the last video. So close to 1 million, like literally, I think like 50 more thousand or something. And he wants to start from zero, start from scratch, and be a streamer. And the reason why he wanted to be a streamer was, he said he loves the connection between the viewer and the person streaming. He's like, there's a different connection that happens than on YouTube. It's a different way of communicating. It's a different ecosystem. Every platform is a different ecosystem.
Yeah.
So he'd rather go and do that, start from zero, start from scratch. And yeah, most people would say that the best move for him would to be hire more people and just grow and get big. But he said he's done. And I see it all the time. Like there's a certain point that people get to and they just can't do it anymore. And that's why the core is always, whether there's money or not, what are you doing? What would you want to do? And do that.
Phil says, yeah, I always say if it ever starts to feel like a job, then it's not worth doing anymore. Yeah, I mean, you can, but think about this though. You can still be doing what you love and then just kind of find yourself in a space where it does start to feel like a job. But that doesn't necessarily mean like you should quit it. It just means like, if that's really something you love to do, then maybe you just need to rework your strategy a little bit more. So it depends. Like if you're honestly doing something that you don't like and it feels like a job, absolutely, you're in the wrong place. But yeah, it's like you kind of, building a business is an art. There's just this whole like balancing act and like figuring out what works and being able to adapt really quickly to what's being thrown at you and, to responding to feedback, whether that's in the form of numbers, results, followers, that kind of thing, or just people in general commenting, sending you messages. It's all like adapting. So if what you're working on isn't, it's starting to feel like a job, but you might have lost your way. Like it's still something that you enjoy doing, but you found yourself in another area here. You can still rework it so that maybe you're servicing a different market, but still doing what you love in that same sense. So yeah. Jojo says, good one, Teddy. Oh,
The Teddy's comment.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I just want to quickly show a quick shot of this is not the inside, but like the outside of the journal that Linda made. It's like, it's known as a carpetbagger journal, which I had to learn what that was. And Linda's very knowledgeable with these crafting terms, so I need to watch that full video. But, you never know what's going to happen, because Linda all of a sudden joined us on the Quarantine Life episode 22, and we were live streaming, and then she all of a sudden popped in and was like randomly there and was like, this was in her feed somehow. She must have searched something maybe on Etsy, and then she stumbled upon our feed, and then we started connecting, started talking, started learning about what she does. And I saw some of her videos of her making journals, and I was like, can I order a custom journal from you? And I just thought that was so cool. And she, you never know what could happen, what connections could happen. And also happens when you put yourself out there.
Absolutely. Did you want to go over some questions that you got?
Oh, yeah.
Some Q&A stuff. So we typically like to have a segment in these live streams where we're just addressing a few questions that we got. I think it's a great way to learn from, not just answering that one person, but, sharing the answer with all of you guys. So Jules kind of curated a bunch of questions from, was it our YouTube videos or?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was from our YouTube videos. So your question may be answered. You never know. But
yeah, it might be one of you guys.
I try to choose questions. I see that we're totally pixelated. What the heck? I try to choose questions that I get commonly asked. So these are the questions. Linda says it was a pivotal moment. Lol.
Definitely.
Okay, so question one had to do with the Facebook poll tutorial that I have. And they were asking, is there an expiration in creating a poll? And are there settings to run it as long as you want?
So an expiration as in how long it can last for?
Yeah, so the thing with like Facebook polls is it's just a post. Like it's a Facebook post using the poll option. So when you do a poll as a post, it like there's no expiration, there's no like, as long as it stays up there, then it won't be deleted. If you delete it, then the post is gone. But the thing is, when you start posting after the poll, because there's a certain shelf life that a post has, right? Before it's no longer seen in the feed or whatever. So if you want that poll to continue on in your Facebook group, you probably should pin it. You should pin it to the top of your Facebook group so that it will live longer.
And if you have a Facebook group, use those polls often, because there's so much valuable feedback in just polling your group members to get to know them more, and to get to know, you know, what more types of content do they want to see, and what it is that they're doing, and who they are, that all this kind of stuff that is going to be valuable information to you, because then you can format your content that you post in the group as well as your offerings, what your service or your product is. Can you do polls? I know you can't do polls on profiles. What about Facebook pages?
I think they removed it.
Oh, okay, so you used to be able to.
But there is like a workaround hack, a video that I made of how you can get a poll on your profile. It's not perfect, but it still is on your poll. So if you have a Facebook group, you can create the poll in your Facebook group. And then what you do is you click the share button, and then you share the poll on your profile, and it's technically on your profile, but and people can vote on your profile.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of like a workaround. I know it's not perfect. People get mad in the tutorials, and they're like, people do like a thumbs down, and I'm like, I'm just telling you the information. Like, I didn't create the rule that Facebook removed it.
Yeah, it's funny. If someone doesn't like anything, you can get a thumbs down. But remember, it's all engagement at the end of the day.
We got here another question. So we have these YouTube videos where we share our YouTube Google AdSense earnings. And I do them every 1,000, not every single 1,000 subscribers, but whenever there's like a big jump in subscribers and or earnings, I will do these videos because people are always curious to be like, how much can a YouTube channel make with Google Ads? And it's a great way to get new viewers to our channel. So the question was, how much money do you get if you have 10,000 subscribers, and how do you get paid? So first I'm going to answer how you get paid, because that will be a fact, and that will be like an easier answer. So how you get paid from YouTube, Google, is it's all done through Google AdSense. So you need a Google AdSense account. You sign up for that. It's free. And usually you get like a postcard in the mail with a code that you need to connect your Google AdSense account to your YouTube channel. And then that's how it works. And then you connect your bank account to the Google AdSense account, and the money just gets direct deposited. And they initiate those payments on the 21st of each month. So that's how you get paid. Now, in terms of how much money you make if you get 10,000 subscribers, it's
not black and white.
It's not going to be the same across the board, because it depends on so many different factors. It depends on the country that you're in, the topics that you're talking about, the niche, the audience, if you're doing proper SEO, if there are products that align with your topic, if people in that area are running ads on that topic, it all depends on all of those different kinds of things. And there are niches and topics that do better than others, for sure. Like, health and wellness do really well. It just depends, because there's no one like no channel is the same.
It's not a direct correlation. So you can't say X number of subscribers will lead to X amount of revenue. It's not black and white like that. It's not a direct correlation in that the more subscribers you have, the more money you make. That's another thing to keep in mind. If you rank a video on the first page of Google, doesn't mean that video will make more money than the other videos that you have. It's so dependent on what your channel is, what your channel's about, the activity on your channel, and whether advertisers see your videos as a good fit to put their product or service on. So it's so there's no direct answer for that. That's why we always preach, just focus on creating really good content, good quality
that's
content.
Searchable.
Yeah, and posting and uploading on a consistent basis. So from week to week, have a consistent schedule and create a channel on what you love. If you're creating a channel where it's like, let's say it's vlogs or something like that, you love doing that, it might not necessarily be a great fit for some advertisers, but
initially,
but that's okay. Yeah, initially, because maybe later down the road, as you do start to grow and become an influencer, then they'll attach, and you have your own certain style as well as a vlogger. So if you're more about, I don't know, gear or something like that, or you're such a foodie and you always talk about food, like those kinds of companies will start to look at you as you grow. But yeah, just something to keep in mind, that it's not a direct number.
Yeah, and it's like when you're asking a question like that, your headspace and your mind space is in the wrong place. That's not what you should be focusing on, because if you are focused on that, then, and you don't get it, like, there's going to be so many things that go wrong when you start a YouTube channel. Things go up and down, and like we've mentioned before many times, ad revenue goes up and down, and that's why like it's great when it goes up, obviously, but you cannot depend on it. It can get taken away very quickly. So that's why we have multiple income streams.
The ad revenue that you get from your channel should really just be like bonus money, because it does fluctuate quite a bit. It can be a full-time income. It definitely can lead to that. But because it fluctuates so many times, you definitely want to diversify and have different ways of making money with your YouTube channel. And we have so many videos on that on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, we recently did a talk to the Vancouver Business Network where we were talking about 7 ways that you can make income from a YouTube channel. So I highly recommend checking that out. And then here, someone was asking about super chats. So how does like a super chat work, and how do you get paid from it, and where does it go? So super chat, for those of you who don't know, when you're on someone's live stream, there's a little $sign at the bottom corner there. And when you click on it, the super chat allows you to make a donation to the streamer. That's one of the ways that you can make income. And you can either do like a super chat or a super sticker. And when you do that, it gets highlighted, like it's like a bright color, and everyone sees it. And it's kind of like, if you want to get the streamer's attention, then that's what a super chat is. And how it works when you get a super chat is it just gets added to your Google AdSense revenue. It's just on top of that. It's not a separate like transaction or check that you get from YouTube. It's just goes along with the Google AdSense. And then where you will see your super chats is in your monetization tab when you go on the left-hand side and you go to monetization, you'll see there a tab that's called supers. And if you go there, then if you got some, then you'll see them listed there.
It's interesting how they split a super chat and a super sticker.
Why?
Just because it's that they had to make that distinction between the two, because the only difference is that super sticker is just like an emoji or something, a sticker.
Yeah, like if you just want to put a funny emoji or something.
Yeah, without any text. And with super chat is like with text.
If you want to say something specifically to.
I feel like they could have just have that as one, like where you can either put the sticker and or the text together. So that's interesting that they separated it that way.
And it's funny because I do watch other people's live streams, and I will see a lot of people just want to do a sticker and they don't want to type or anything. They just want to do like a super sticker.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how that works. Those were the questions. Let's move on to the feature section.
The member feature?
Explain the feature.
So every live stream, I know we have a limited amount of people watching right now at the moment, but every single live stream we do these member features where we want to call attention to the different people who are watching these live streams and the members that we have here. We want everyone to get to know more of each other and what each other does. So so that you guys can collaborate, connect, if you have synergies and you want to work together on something, that is always a great thing. Being a part of a networking group in the beginning stages of building our business was pivotal to actually having us grow and learn more and being a part of a supportive group. So that's what we want to create here. And by learning more of what you guys do, we think that can be facilitated that way. So what we normally do is we have a list of, we ask anybody who wants to be featured, which basically means, do you want a shout out from us? And what that means is we'll basically ask you to put a link or anything that you want us to feature, whether that's a YouTube channel or your website, maybe you just released something, anything like that. So let us know if you'd like to be featured and put a yes in the comment box if you do. And what we'll do is we'll put your name in this wheel of names that we have here, and we're going to spin the wheel and decide who the member feature is.
Okay, so while you guys if you want to be featured, just type in yes, and then we'll know to put your name in. We'll just quickly respond to some things here. Mm-hmm. So Funny Finance guy said, I recently grew my channel past 100 subs. Thanks.
Nice. That's amazing. Great job. That's a huge milestone to pass, is your first 100. So really great job, and keep working at it.
And then here, hey there, long time no see.
Hello,
hey Jerry, how are you doing? What have you been up to? And let's see here. Phil wants to be in it, so we've got one so far. YouTube shout out, please.
Absolutely, we'll add you in, Phil. So we have one taker. If anybody else wants to be, if you want your name to be put in the wheel of names for a shout out, we'll feature your YouTube, your Instagram, your Facebook, your website, whatever it is that you like, and let more people know about what you do.
And these are these live on our channel. So people watch these. You never know who could be watching that could like your stuff.
Yes, definitely take advantage of it.
Hold on one second.
I see Funny Finance guy said you also started doing YouTube lives. What's the benefit of that?
Tons of benefits.
So many different things.
YouTube lives, they benefit your channel in many ways. One, there's a greater connection between you and your subscriber base, the audience. So you can really connect, like here, like we're able to really connect with you guys. You can't do that on a pre-recorded so much. It's one way. It's more one way that way. Whereas here, I can see what you're saying, talk to you, address that, say hello to you guys. Also, YouTube really likes live streams. So if you SEO your live stream correctly, it can be on the first page while it's streaming live, because YouTube wants wants people to do live streaming because it means that people are watching for longer. Yes, Roland, we are seeing your messages.
We saw your last message was YouTube shout out. So yes, we did.
Yeah.
I know sometimes Roland has issues with us seeing his messages, when we're seeing your messages as well on YouTube.
And then so YouTube live streams can also increase your watch time at a faster rate, because we're live streaming here for like an hour, and in and out we've had people going in, 12 to 15 people watching at a time, and you guys all watch for the same duration of 1 hour. We go on 1 hour, and then that ends up being 15 plus hours of watch time. So it's like a great way to get more watch hours, watch time, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Which YouTube absolutely loves in terms of the algorithm and boosting your channel up. The more watch hours you have, the better. Especially if you're trying to also get to your monetization approval. You have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours within a 12-month period to get approved into the monetization program, meaning you can start earning revenue from ads. So it's a great thing to do even early on, even if you don't have very many subscribers, just to get into the hang of doing live streams and getting more people to know you and your personality and what you do. Because, once people connect with you live, as this is the closest thing to connecting with someone on a global level who's like across on the other side of the planet, right? It's pretty much the same thing, except on video. So yeah, that's a great way to make a strong connection with someone, and also brand awareness for you.
All right, so Linda says, spin the wheel, go for it. And then Roland says, Bob Barker says, spin that wheel.
I would watch that show all the time. I love it.
All right, so let's share the screen here, and hopefully it won't be too blurry. And then...
Okay, so we have Phil, we have Roland has also said yes, and funny finance guy.
Oops. Did I spell it? Finance?
Finance. Not fiance.
Oh.
Funny fiance guy. There we go. Sorry about that. All fixed.
See, you can tell I'm not very good at spelling. Okay, oh wait, let's remove that so people can see that. Okay. All right, so here we go.
Okay,
we've got 3 people. Let's put the volume up on this.
33.33333% chance of winning. Let's do this.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Spin that wheel.
That's the loudest.
Oh, thought it would go louder. Phil,
you won.
Nice job, Phil. That's like twice now that you've won something on our channel. You won the microphone, the lavalier microphone, as well as this time a feature, shout out. Amazing. Phil, let us, do you want us to feature your YouTube channel or something else? Let us know.
And then while you do that, we'll answer this question from Jerry, who says, I have 2 students working for me next week on social media. Can you please give me some suggestions? Well, what is it that you're wanting from social media, and what are they doing for you? Are they sharing a website, a course? We need a little bit more of a backstory before we can suggest a plan.
Jerry, I think what we're asking of you is actually a golden nugget here for you to know when these students help you. And that is, you need to get clear on what you want to achieve with social media so that you can communicate it to these students. Because the more that they're clear on what they need to do and how to help you and your brand achieve the goals that you want, the easier it'll be. The communication will just be easier, and there's no misunderstandings. I think there's a huge difference between hiring 2 students to do social media for you versus hiring students to promote a specific product that's on your website and and join various Facebook groups to get the word out on this thing. So it's just I think the more specific you can get, the better. So yeah, it depends on your goals.
All right, so I just pulled up Phil's
nice
YouTube channel. Hold on 1 second. Okay, here we go. So we will remove that. Everybody is congratulating Phil. 3rd time lucky. You got to keep trying, people.
Nice.
I'm trying to get another contest going for you guys in the Creative Business Success Facebook group.
Phil is on fire.
Yes. And Phil says, YouTube channel, please.
Awesome.
Phil's on fire. Don't play poker with Phil. Congratulations, Phil. Congrats, Phil. Okay.
Awesome. Let's do this.
So let's share Phil's YouTube channel. Okay, share screen.
Phil is quite the handyman, outdoorsman. Woodworking, restorations, upcycling, gardening. You have so many different tutorials on this channel. It's really cool. So if we scroll down a little bit. It's like
your tutorial channel, like us,
projects.
But it's like outdoors building.
Outdoor projects.
Let me just see that it actually worked. Okay, there you go. Okay. So love the black and the sort of neon green theme that you have going on.
It stands out. I like the
borders.
The neon green borders. Yeah, that definitely captures attention. That's good in terms of the contrast with the green and the black.
So we've got here, you make all kinds of things. You made I watched this one, the gardening bench thing. It was made out of recycled pallet wood.
Yeah, that was the one you posted in the Creative Business Success Facebook group. That was really cool. It's just, because I don't know a lot about this kind of world. So it's really cool to see just like a pile of wood turn into something that you always see on the streets, like a polished bench and everything. So that's really cool. If anyone who's watching this is really into outdoors project, handyman type projects, building, creating.
Yeah.
I see here how to make a simple wooden bicycle
and
mountain for
where
the
do you see that?
There. A bike stand.
Oh, a bike stand.
Yeah, super cool.
How to make an incense burner holder.
How to make a wooden garden
This one I liked. This one was satisfying to watch.
Oh, yes.
Because they were, rusted up weight plates, like I don't know what material it's made of, but obviously it gets rusted and it's all gross and stuff and you don't want to use it. And I watched that one, you restored it, and it's like, they look so good now. Like it makes you want to reuse them again after you've restored it.
Yeah, I see a lot of projects here where you're taking something that's been worn out or, it's past the what am I going to say? Like it's gone through years of working itself, right? And you make it into something new. So that's really
see
cool.
That you changed your thumbnail style here. You went from this kind, and yeah, you can see that this style is much more visually appealing.
Yeah, very good call.
Much more clickable.
So guys, come over here to Phil. His channel is Phil Wyatt Outdoors. I believe you can also just click on his name as well. But we'll post the link in the comments. Go follow him, support. Let's all support each other here and come right back next week. Well, not next week because we're doing the interview, but the following week, and be ready to enter in on this member feature because we love to share what you guys are doing.
I'm just typing in.
So Phil says, I didn't do a lot on my channel. I only really started properly in like the last 4 or 5 months. Could have fooled us because there's a lot of content that you have on your channel. And you're definitely growing. I see that you are. Those numbers, because I visited your channel a while back, and then again with the bench video that you posted, and now here again, it's definitely growing. So keep doing more of what you're doing. So Jewel just posted Phil's channel's link.
Go support Phil.
Yes, make sure you're subscribed to him.
We appreciate the support, Phil, on our channel. You showing up here pretty much every day. I don't remember, like, how did you find us? How did you find our channel? I just remember you showed up one day and then you were there up until the end. And then now you're here on the weekly. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, we love seeing you guys week to week. It's been so cool. And learning more about what you do. There's endless amounts of creativity here. It's just so much. It's so cool to see what people what people are passionate about and what they can make of it. And that really is an unlimited source of energy, is making something from what you're passionate about.
Lenny says, subscribe and smash that bell.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. And then Phil says, thanks for doing that. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no problem. Like, we always want to share you guys. That's why we encourage, for those of you guys who watch, like, join in the chat. You never know. You can get more followers on Instagram. You don't necessarily have to have something going on. Maybe you just share your Facebook profile and you want to meet other like-minded people and just have good vibes around you,
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we're going to wrap it up here. We're coming at the hour.
Phil says he found us. He thinks it's from a video in the recommended feed. Yeah, we're always curious to know, like, how you found us, what video it was, how long ago, that type of thing.
Very cool.
Cool.
All right, guys. So we're going to wrap it up here. Remember, next week, we're going to be interviewing William Hung on the channel.
So bring your questions, because we're going to be doing live chat. Or it's going to be in the chat this time.
Yeah.
And
once, because I'm usually the one always interviewing other people. So yeah, we're switching it up this time. I'll be in the chat, and Jewel will be on the interview live.
I remember him. I was in grade 11 or grade 10 or something in 2003, and I remember that. And you would think that could ruin someone's life, to be known as that. But he has totally. He's very, it's either the glass is half full or half empty, and he's very much a half full. Like it's all about here, the perspective of things, and I want to share that with people.
He did a TED Talk as well.
Two TED Talks,
yeah. Which, by the way, we'll post one of them in the Creative Business Success Facebook group. Which, guys, if you're not part of, it's where we hang out. It's where we network with each other. It's our community of creatives where we all support each other and learn. We post different things in there about money, mindset, marketing. So make sure you're part of that Facebook group. It's the link scrolling down on the bottom there.
Oh, and I don't think I mentioned this to you, but I saw he did like in Facebook posts where you posted something a while back on that day, and it's kind of like on this day a year ago or 2 years ago this happened.
The memories, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I saw that he reposted 2 years ago, like a week ago, 2 years ago. He performed with Ricky Martin singing She Bangs at Ricky Martin's concert. Like he was performing like the full-blown stage. There was all the dancers and there's Ricky Martin right there, and he's singing with him, and everybody loved it. Like,
that's amazing.
If he had been embarrassed, that wouldn't have happened. It was because he embraced that whole thing, that he's gotten to do. Like, he's lived a life that most will never get to see.
Yeah, awesome. So make sure you guys tune into that next week, 6 p.m. PST. We'll have that instead of these weekly mastermind sessions. For next week, we're doing the interviews. So make sure you tune in. Have a great weekend, everybody, and a great evening. And thank you so much for showing up here with us today. Bye for now.
See you guys later.